Hello, friends, and welcome to Lesson 5 of Unit 4, which is on search engine optimization as part of search engine marketing. So, in this particular lesson, we are going to talk about five things. Number one, we'll talk about on page and off page search engine optimization. Then, we'll talk about search engine console, what are Google bots, and the sitemaps. Google My Business, and algorithms and YMYL. So the lesson will allow us to look at these five concepts under search engine optimization. To begin with, when we talk about search engine marketing, so it has two parts. One part we have already done, which is pay per click, which is the paid uh, optimization or which is the paid digital marketing, and the other is the search engine optimization, which is the organic one. So under search engine marketing, these are the two areas. So today let us go into the details of search engine optimization. We did touch upon search engine optimization little bit in our earlier lessons. To begin with, just to give you some idea that how big this search engine optimization is, I'll talk a little bit about Google search algorithms. So, as per the version of Google, they say that our research algorithms are complex math equations that rely on hundreds of variables and last year alone we made more than 3,200 changes to our search systems. So that means these algorithms, they keep on revising and they are based on hundreds of variables. And so far, 3,200 changes have been made. So this is the version of Google. So welcome to this world of search engine optimization, which is an ocean. Just to give you some idea, the number one result in the search engine results page, SERPs, we get the results that we get on the search engine page. So the number one result that comes on that page in Google's organic search results has an average CTR of 31.7%. What that means is CTR is click-through rate. So that means that we talked about the impressions. So out of all the impressions, that means your ad which is displayed, which is shown to all the users. So how many clicks have been made on those impressions? So that percentage on number one result, that is on top of the rank in the search engine, right, is 31.7. So around if you show 100 impressions, only 31 clicks are there on number one in terms of the organic search. So there are over 2 trillion searches on Google per day, and 90.63% of content doesn't receive organic traffic. 90.63, my God. So let's go into the details of search engine optimization, but we can just touch the surface. So we cannot go into too much of depth because you need the technical know-how, and also one lesson is no way enough even to touch the surface. So just to give you a broad overview of search engine optimization, so we will talk about the different aspects of SEO. So if I have to define search engine optimization, so as you saw what Google was saying, that search engine optimization changes all the time. So it is not that you do it once and that remains forever. So that's not the case. Search engines release new updates often. If you are in a competitive space and you want to grow fast, or branding is your goal, so and you have the budget, so it is better to hire a SEO professional to do your search engine optimization. So that is the recommendation. But otherwise, if you are a small business house and you don't have a big budget, and you're not in that competitive arena, then I think you can work on your own. So search engine optimization can be done in two ways. One is known as on page search engine optimization, and the other one is off page HCO. So when we talk about on page HCO, it is your page that you have created. So there is nothing external, it is the page itself on which you will do your optimization. So what is optimization? You try to bring your website in the top ranks of the SERP, right? So the search engine results page. So you want to bring the ranking towards the top. So that is what how you do it. So that is what we are talking. So one is you optimize your on page HCO. So these are the individual web pages so that you can rank them higher and earn more relevant traffic in search engines. And this is basically referring to both the content and the HTML of your page. So on page HCO, what are the ranking factors on which you can improve your rank? So these are the five. One will not go into the details because that is very technical in nature, but I'll just glance through the five ranking factors which can take your web page to a better rank. So first is the content, then is title tags, then meta tags, and then URLs, universal resource locators, and alt text, alternative text. So when we talk about the content, your content has to be very relevant and clear, and because Google will only accept that if you are working on Google search engine, or if you are using some other search engine, so it can be Bing or any other. So content is very important. It has to be unique and regular, needs to supply demand. Okay, so and it should be linkable. It should be able to link to other uh, web links on the internet. When we talk about the title tags as one of the ranking factors, so those of you who have some technical background, you know these are hypertext markup language we call HTML. So that is how you put within less than greater than sign. So these are the title tags. So they have to be clickable headlines in organic SERPs. Maximum length which Google accepts is 50 to 60 characters. No keyword stuffing or duplication can be done. Avoid default titles like home and include the brand name as much as you can. Meta tags. So these provides an explanation of what is on the page. So uh, that is the content of the page given in meta tags up to 160 characters, what that page is all about. Use keywords from the page, you can do that. Think of it as an ad which is going to give a glimpse of the product or the service. So it is the same about the page, not directly a ranking factor, but it enhances the rank. URLs they show the hierarchy of the information on the page. For example, if I take two URLs, one is .example.com marketing, digital marketing history, another is which is a bad example of URL, very poorly framed URL is example.com title and thus. So it has to be very descriptive and it should explain what that page is all about and what that hierarchical information that you are going to display. Next is the alt text. Alt text, it describes the appearance of images on a site. So why we provide the alt text? Sometimes there are people who are visually impaired and they are seeing the working, surfing the net. Another could be the internet speed is slow or the bandwidth is not that good, so image can't load. And third is, so we'll talk about the crawling, the crawler index. There is a bot. We'll talk in the subsequent slides about that. So it helps indexing your page. That is the alternate text. An example is, for example, you see this picture, right? So that is the image, and you want to give the alt text. A poor way is dress. So if I can't see the image, I am not able to visualize the image. Whereas if I write the alternate text as beautiful women wearing a red dress, so that explains the image in a better way. So a simple example there. So then we come to the off-page search engine optimization. When we talk about search engine optimization off-page, so it refers to all the activities which from your website they are linked to outside the page. So which will enhance the ranking of the page within the search engines. So what are the off-page ranking factors? These are the links, the trust, the social aspect, and the history. So these are the four off-page ranking factors, right? If we talk about that, how we can see that our search engine optimization is going in the right way, whether the traffic is increasing, whether the rank is uh, coming up, and how it is being taken care in the search engine when people are searching for the keywords which we have optimized. So there is Google has given a search console, right? So you can use that, right? So if you have a Google account, you can just go to the Google Search Console, and there you can see the traffic and the performance, evaluate it, and then look at the Google search results, and then you can fine tune the optimization. So that is very, very important. So this is a tool which is provided by the Google search, which we call as Google Search Console. Now let us look especially at Google. If we talk about Google search engine, at the back end, how the things work, how Google works. So one is the algorithm, which we talked about, which keep on changing, and there are Google bots and sitemaps. Let's talk about the Google bots first. Google bots are like the robots who are working for Google for indexing of their pages, all the pages which are there on the web, and Google tries to index them. And how it is done, we call that as crawling. What is crawling? It looks at all the content and code on a page and analyze it, and then it index that, right? And you have seen the ranking factors. So based on that, it put the indexes. The page is eligible to show up in the search results or not. So these bots are going to do that. Now, for example, I have put up a new website. So this is a new website which I put up. So the rough estimation is that Google bots take around 3 months to index a new website. So it takes around 3 months. So it's not a very fast process if you think. Now, how the bots work, what they do is, firstly, the protocols are that when you are creating your website, you have to create the site maps. So you have to, like, it's a directory system. So it is a sitemap list of pages on your site. So if you don't have a sitemap, then bots are not going to look at that, and your website is not indexed and will not be shown in the Google search results. So the index file, sorry, the sitemap, they tell Google how often you update the content. So from there, the bot, they crawl and they keep on doing that. Submit each time you publish changes, and check if your site has been indexed with, if you want to see that, so site.websitename.com. So you can do that, and be smart about your no index, no follow, and disallow tags. All these things you can see. Uh, One of the things which Google has also provided is Google My Business. So this is a free tool where you can manage your business, how it appears on the search engine and maps. So if you have a Google account, even you can create your Google My Business, right? And from there you can do your search engine marketing, even the organic one and PPC, pay per click. And this we call as the Google My Business. So I'm not going into the details, but you can see all the mapping and the Google search how your business performs on these pages. So let's talk a little bit about the algorithm. What is an algorithm? Algorithm is just a set of rules which are to be followed, right? The sequence which has to be followed in calculation of indexing if we talk of search engine. So in search engine optimization, we define algorithm as a large contributing factor that helps determine which content will appear on SERPs for different queries. So that is the algorithm which they keep on revising. Also, uh, in SEO, if I talk of any search engine, they have quality raters. Apart from bots, these are the actual human beings who are looking at your web pages. So quality raters, they are known as quality raters. They check the quality of websites in conjunction with the Google's core technology, the protocols, the set of rules which Google has put in that we call as the core technology. So they check the quality of the website vis-a-vis the core technology. And for these quality raters, there are guidelines which are fixed, which are given to them. And you can also look at these guidelines if you want. Google has opened those to the public also. These guidelines enable auditing and checking of a site for SEO optimization so that you know what these guidelines are based on which you try to optimize your website or the pages. And this is just to obey or look at the set of rules in the algorithm which they have put in. There is another thing which Google does is which is YMYL concept, that is your money or your life. They take all web pages very seriously, and the human beings, the quality raters, they try to judge the quality because it means a lot to them that any information that is provided on the web, what sort of quality, what sort of truth and purity is there in that. So, in reference to any site that could impact someone's life or finances. So, that is why it is taken very seriously. So, what they do is based on YMYL, they categorize the website. So, what are these categories under which your web pages will fall? Whether it is under shopping or financial transaction, financial info, medical info, legal. So that is all these things because it's a matter of life or death for the people at large. So legal, news and current events, civics, government and law, groups of people, other. And it is becoming more and more rigorous because of uh, the Privacy Act in many countries and a lot of other restrictions put on some of the tech giants as we have been discussing. Another thing is we are talking of SEM, and I would like to end this lesson with SEM. So SEM is both HCO and PPC. So we try to use both of them. So it is not that I start with organic and then I move to PPC. Sometimes it is the other way around. So we test the performance of a keyword with PPC before determining if it should be creating the organic content around it or not. So it is much faster to get results on PPC as compared to the SEO. So we use both in conjunction rather than separately, or if there is no budget, then that is something different. So that is all for this lesson, and we just touched the surface, not even the surface, just the top little bit of search engine optimization. And if we get time, if you are interested, I can take up and go into the depth of that. But again, the concepts, because technically you have to be sound to go into the details of that. So let me summarize the things for you. We talked about on-page and off-page SEO, search engine console, Google bots and sitemaps, Google My Business and algorithms and YMYL. Here is the quiz as we have at the end of each session. So your first question is Google bots takes how many months for indexing? Number two, how many trillion searches are made on Google every day? And what is YMYL? The answer to first question is 3 months. Google bots takes 3 months for indexing if there is a new website that you have put in. There are 2 trillion searches made on Google every day. And YMYL is your money or your life. So that is the quality of the pages and the truthfulness of the information that you're putting over there. Feel free to write to me if you have any queries, any questions, and if you want to go for further reading, I recommend these 2 articles. They are very good. And the second one is how SEO works exactly. So please go through these. Thank you very much for being such great audience and bearing with me till this point. And I'll come up with the next lesson soon. Bye for now. Shabba khair.